I'm sorry, what the actual fuck was the point of this scene? Was this entire scene here to show that Victor's creations aren't all dead? Was it to have Jinx actually help Vi like she tried to all those years back when she was a kid? I genuinely do not understand the purpose of this scene, nor do I understand any of the effects of it. Character death in Arcane Season 2 specifically just feels like every time it happens, the actual effects of death are so non-existent. And I get it, the show can't sit there in stagnation upon each death, but if that's the case, what exactly is the point of including so many?
Dude, you just don't understand the complexities of each character death.
Shut your bitch ass up! I don't understand it when it's pointless and adds absolutely nothing to the narrative. Clagger, Milo, and even Vander quote-unquote died in order to drive Jinx and Vi apart and allow them to grow into who they are now. Caitlyn's mom died in order to drive Caitlyn further down the arc she was going and making her more susceptible to manipulation. Silco died to show how far gone Jinx was and to additionally leave her alone with nobody in Season 2, having Isha initially be her last hope. In Season 2, Heimerdinger dies. Does this affect anyone? I don't know. Echo seemed a little sad. At the very end, Jinx dies. Why?
Vander's lifeless husk woke up and started attacking Vi right after the big climax and resolution.
This isn't a sad ending. This is not allowing your viewers to have any sense of happiness. If Jinx's sacrifice was during everything, if it was while they were all fighting Victor, it would make a lot more sense. But to have it happen right after just makes it devoid of all meaning. The only Season 2 deaths that seemed to be handled properly was Isha's, as Jinx obviously could not handle losing Isha, literally unaliving herself multiple times due to this, and Mbessa's, as it left Mel to take on her family's name in Noxus, as it also led to a conclusion of not only the familial problems Mel was having with Mbessa, as the only way to get through to her was to kill her, and Mbessa never let up otherwise, but it also concludes the arc of Caitlyn's manipulation. She spent all this time making poor decisions in order to feel in control of everything, but the only way to truly be in control was to finally remove the most corrupt thing from the picture. So you know what? I'll give those two to Arcane, but Jinx? Jinx's death serves zero narrative purpose in my eyes. Reiterating my original point, when Vander dies, it lingers for such a long time that it has long-lasting impact on so many characters that aren't even directly involved with him. When Silco dies, it's something Jinx isn't able to handle for a long time, and throughout the literal entirety of Season 2, we see her struggling with the loss of both of her fathers. So why is it that the characters who are structured as if they're important just kind of stop existing when they're dead? There's no mentions, recollections of them individually post the event. Hell, even alternate universe Vi got a flashback and time dedicated to her, and that iteration of the character didn't even speak. There's a conflict between alternate universe Powder and Echo because of Echo's insensitivity to Vi's death, so why is there little to no turmoil for the other deaths that happen on screen? The only possible reason I could find for this is time constraints. I'm gonna be honest, there's no way the glorious, amazing writers over at Fortiche would let this slide, and I'm guessing due to time constraints, they weren't able to flesh out the effects of these deaths properly. And frankly, as a conclusion, Jinx's death is the worst possible ending they could have provided us for her story. Not the death itself, but the execution upon it just made it feel like it was a very thrown together final shock value attempt. Do better. And that's not to take away from any of the amazing writing that's been done in this show. There's so many things, so many themes and subtleties that deserve to be appreciated, which is why for a show with death is probably one of the most important themes. It's actually depressing how that theme is handled in the final act. It goes from these constant tragic events that are solely accidents to purposeful yet pointless sacrifices that only drive the plot forward or push a non-existent narrative. And I'm genuinely appalled to watch these beloved characters that these writers have poured blood, sweat, and tears into be morphed into glorified plot devices in Heimerdinger's case. My fault, gang. I was getting a little emotional there. Let me just take one moment. Okay, we're back. Headphone warning. And to be turned into just another dead body in Jinx's case! I'm enough in it. Thank you for watching.